Hey y'all, what's up? Bohemia with Bohemian Stars and Ocean Heart Readings here. The baby is still sleeping, so I thought I'd pop on and do the full moon and Capricorn reading now versus later in the day. I still have one more personal reading to get out to, and I'm actually opening up for the next few days to do personal readings. So if you want one, hit me up. We're doing email style or through messenger and text, and I can go ahead and do that. I canceled a minor surgery that I had, or well, it got postponed, and so I have openings this week. So now getting into it, we're gonna have fire, water, air, and earth, and look into it for everybody and see what this new moon cycle, this full moon to full moon, next full moon will be like for you. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get into it for fire signs. That's Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. This could be sun, moon, or rising. Also, if you have a predominance of fire in your chart, you got the moon card. So this is definitely going to have a lot of impact on you. Aries, you could have some squared energy, which could be a little friction energy with this full moon. But for whatever reason, check your chart. This will be a powerful full moon for you. If you are a fire sign, it can bring up some emotional things for you, more than you would expect out of late. You might have been cruising through some of the other full moons while everyone else was tripping, but this one, it's like bam, 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 bam. So it is going to be a little tough. We have a lot of planets retrograde. Jupiter and Mars, Mercury is going to be next month. We have Saturn and Pluto, Chiron. So there's a lot of this like sluggish, pullback, introspective, deep searching energy. And fire signs, you're going to be all up in that pudding. So really finding yourself, reflecting. There's a third eye there. Sagittarians really having some downloads and epiphanies at this time. Let's see what else we got going on. We have the Hermit reverse. So you could be dealing with a Cancer, you could be dealing with a Virgo, you could be dealing with a Pisces. This is a time where you're actually going to surprise yourself in how much you don't want to probe your emotional depths alone. Like you might be reaching out to people and you might be going back. I do see fire signs going back to a previous partner or trying to reconnect, especially if they are a Pisces, Virgo, or a Cancer, or have that dominant in their chart for some reason. They might have a first house moon as well, and you might surprise yourself like, man, like I thought I had the upper hand, and now boom, the tables are turned, and you're suddenly just kind of fiending for this person. You want to cuddle, like you don't care, you're in your feels, and you just need someone to be there for you. Now for some of you, if you've been coming out of a time of being single, you might be hardcore looking for a partner. That is good. Just really think about what type of partner you want, because with so many retrogrades, things could switch up once everything goes direct, and things that happen during retrogrades can release in some ways. But I do see you really needing some nurturing fire signs at this time. So I would say, no one should be alone when they need that much nurturing. Now, it does look constructive. It looks like fire signs are going to be releasing. Again, there's this very water sign energy. Scorpios coming up, Cancer, Pisces, and Virgo. So far, the energy is really interacting with fire signs. But here it is a loss of grief, which is a good thing to lose. It's like you're tired of being sad, but fire signs are kind of realizing that running from it, like whatever you've been running from all this year since the Cancer full moon earlier this year, it's kind of like a mini cycle for you is completing fire signs, and you're just done with it. You're done with like just trying to run from things. You're done with not having your emotional life, your health, your, could be with your children, your family, like whatever it is, just your personal stuff. You're done with not having that in order. Some of you are done with trying to do it alone as well. And you're like, what, let me truly reach out, not just on the party circuit, not just, some of you might even be seeking kind of like gurus or mentors or somebody to really connect with and kind of like feed your spirit a little bit, or that you could at least talk to in a serious way. Full moon. So this moon is not playing for fire signs, okay? Completions and endings. So I would say just make sure to have a healthy dose of connection with others, not going back to anything that's kind of toxic or codependent. But I actually doing that, fire signs. I see you really wanting to let go of whatever is super negative. I see you going back to that wise friend who's been getting on your nerves all fucking year. Like your whoever your sibling, your friend, that parent figure, whoever it is, that's always like, come on, fire sign, like you get your shit together, come on, get out of the situation. and you're actually going back and you're like, tell me all your wisdom, like lay it on me, like purge me, like let me just get this done, like let me get it over with, pull off the band-aid and suck out the poison. But it looks good, like it looks healing, it looks, it doesn't look too much. It might feel like it's a little extra, but it's not. So then this says, I meet resistance with kindness. So it's reversed. So there we go, there's that fire. So you guys might have those times where you're still like, never mind, screw it. It's almost like you're getting on the surgery table, and then like as soon as they're trying to put the anesthesia or something, you're like, ah, never mind, never mind. You're trying to hop up and run away, but you're gonna get this healing, like you're gonna do it, but you're just gonna be a little ornery about it first. So that's kind of how this energy is working through. So throughout, Cancer season's going on through this Capricorn full moon cycle here, from this moon to next moon. There's gonna be you're gonna be feeling a little bit more watery than you ever expected, a little bit crouchety, but healing and wanting to nurture. You might be wanting to cook, connect with others. And I see others, I do see it being received fire sign. So I'm really glad about that. I feel like if there's been a partner who's been really cold and distant and just like, you don't even know what, like they're actually going to be starting to look at themselves and be like, you know what, you're right. Like, what are we doing? Like, let's have, this is heart to heart, so there's still some scrappiness there. There's a little bit of scrappiness. There's going to be times where one of you is, all in your feels and the other one isn't quite yet, or you're misunderstanding it because you're so emotional. But I think you're going to start discovering more and more that the friction that you've had with a loved one was actually because you both love each other so much, and you're like, that being afraid that you're not connecting and that you're not sharing your love is actually what's been going on. And once you kind of put down those like rigid personal ways of doing things and you just come genuinely to each other, I see this balance happening, which is so funny because I'm looking at the back of that card too, and it has that. All right, and this is yin. So yes, this is Venusian energy, could be Libra or Taurus. Very just beautiful energy. So really sitting with, they would call it the divine feminine, or just sitting with being at peace, like just being at peace, just, letting things kind of come, going with your own flows, not feeling like you have to fight things so much, but letting things kind of reveal themselves, go with it. And then this is like a little, bowl to wash with, just kind of washing your hands of things and letting things go. I do feel like a lot of good cleansing tears, cleansing baths, cleansing heart to hearts. And this looks like beautiful. All right, fire signs, that's looking good. So, and a little bit more home focused and relationship focused than like career or business. That didn't even really look like it was on your mind, ironically, with the Capricorn full moon. Okay, so for water signs, let's see what we got. We have the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Flames reverse. Okay, so you could be dealing with some fire signs. We just had all the water in their reading. We have the Wheel of Fortune. So this is definitely, it could be Aries, Leo, or Sag you're dealing with, particularly Sagittarians for some water signs. So water signs are Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I do see some delays already coming in for water signs. So if you're trying to push things, it's saying you still need rest. Hi, Sobe. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you so much for watching. Yes, so this is saying that you're still needing rest. There's some Libra energy here. So water signs, you might be trying to like, Capricorn is sextile water sign. So it means it's in a harmonious aspect. So you might be like, okay, let me make my move, Capricorn energy. Like, let me get out there. And the universe is like, no, just be chill, water signs. And then you're like, what? Like, well, I thought I was supposed to get on the grind again. And this is why the universe is really just wanting you to celebrate. It's wanting you to stay like in your zone, be thankful for what you have going on, and not be looking externally to things. If you're in between a relationship, it's asking you to pause. It's kind of asking you to cool your heels a little bit too. If your temper's been going off in ways that aren't constructive, this would be non-constructive anger. If you've been traveling a lot and like you just like you won't stay chill, or like even if you've been projecting yourself to other places and not like letting your energy sit in the moment where you're actually at, what you're actually doing, it's like that is what is exhausting you actually. It's like you're supposed to have all this energy to be dancing, working out, having fun, going places, and some of you do, like some of you, like it's one thing to be on like a healing kick, but it's another to like become like so much of a recluse that you're not even enjoying life or really going out and connecting. So this is saying, yes, like you need to go out and see a movie, go out dancing, something, water signs. You got to come out of your shell a little bit, which is hard because it's Cancer season. So reverse, we got another reversal with this deck. I live each moment with the presence place of gratitude. That's exactly what I was picking up. So living in the moment is something that's not been happening for a lot of water signs, and part of that is responsibility. She's cradling her pregnant belly there. So being a new mom, I can relate. Like you just feel like, well, I gotta take care of this, I gotta take care of that, I gotta do this, and this is like, no, like you gotta sit and enjoy. You gotta be thankful. You need to celebrate. She's got the moon there. So you're really incubating on this full moon right now. You have projects you want to do, that's wonderful. At some point the carousel will come around, the opportunities will come, and it'll be time to launch your ideas. I do see big creative ideas for a lot of water signs here. However, right now it's like, enjoy it. If you're making music, sit there and dance to it yourself. Sit in that juju, sit in that energy, be thankful for the creative process of what you're going to birth forth, instead of trying to rush and keep up. Some of you guys are trying to keep up with fire signs. So you got a fire sign who's been doing da 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 da, and you're like, shoot, let me keep up. A Libra, and so it's like, no, like just chill, right? Poised, and that's why. So maybe you're coming off as being like a little messy, a little hectic water signs. Things have been all over. Some of you, this can be with a partner too. You might be focusing so much on the partner, and wanting the partner to do certain things, that you're not just enjoying your life, like, because you're so worried about what they're doing, like their actions, where are they going, what are they doing, are they in by bedtime, what are they doing? And it's just like, come on now, chill. Like you got some good stuff to celebrate, and that's going to help you regain that, like that composure that you've been looking for, right? And a Capricorn is all about composure. So Capricorn full moon is reminding water signs of that. All right. And then we have to the sea. And it's because at the end of the day, like that is water sign temperament, is to find your own flow, to be creating things, to be creating your own world, your own feeling, your vibe, not rushing up to someone else's energy. You have your own current, you have your own flow. And that's the good thing to really sit with at this time. And at the same time, if you're having, again, problems in relationships, that's what solves things, is when water signs just get back to themselves and get back to connecting as you do and focusing. And it's surprising too, especially water fire relationships, which is what is like predominant right here, a little bit of earth, a little bit of air, is that water signs are like, surprisingly, sometimes they'll fight fire signs a lot, and like trying to get their attention, trying to like make them listen in a like, let me catch up, like, let me, and then fire signs kind of comply. You can't go head to head. So a lot of you water signs are trying to go head to head with a fire sign, and it's saying just be yourself, because in the fire reading we already got that they're going to be receptive to water energies, and so stay in that standpoint. Okay. All right, so be chill with yourself, don't rush things. All right, so air signs for this Capricorn full moon reading, we have the Father of Coins. So you're dealing with some earth signs, could definitely be a Taurus, could be Capricorn or Virgo as well. You're really focused on your finance, your money. You might have a thing with a father figure coming up. Let's see what else. Everyone got reversals. Let's see. When I let others shine, I shine too. So some air signs, you're not wanting somebody to get their shine on. You could be having conflict at work with somebody. You're both trying to climb the ladder. Maybe you're the manager and they're giving you problems, or vice versa. So there could be issues with feeling like people are stepping on your toes. Some of you, it's a family matter, definitely. And it's like others are not letting you join in and, be embraced and kind of honored in the family. It could be as simple as like, you're trying to plan an event to celebrate yourself, and somebody's giving you a tough time and trying not to have everyone celebrate it. It could be you being left out of an event that's important to the family. We have the King of Cups as well. So I feel like relationship energy is actually really good for you guys right now. This could be a Scorpio, definitely could be a Pisces or Cancer as well. Air signs, it's looking good for relationships. So I wouldn't let this work or family issue really obscure your relationship potential at this time, because you definitely have people who see you very well and very much love you. We have the King of Wands. So you guys have tons of people everywhere. Whereas like water signs are kind of swimming away to do their own thing and just have like one or two they're interacting with dramatically. You have a lot of people all over. So I do feel like there's a little bit of, flack coming towards air signs right now. I feel like there's some competition romantic wise. So if you are just dating and you haven't, solidified that, I do feel like this partner is very much into you and very much wanting to connect. But I also feel as though you need to be aware that there is there's others that are around. Now this could also just be, social energy of, and it could even tie into that family energy of feeling like people aren't having your back. They're not wanting you to shine, and they're not wanting you to be kind of acknowledged around others. And you might just be really hypersensitive to that with, Capricorn full moon dealing with reputation. So dream time reversal. So you might not be sleeping well, first of all. You might be having a lot of dreams that are actually fears. So if you're going, I see some people, you're having a little bit of night terrors, dreams that are just kind of crazy. I think a lot of it is just everyone's energy in your mind. Like, when you finally go to sleep, you're still thinking about this person disliking you, this person having said that, worries about finances, all of this. And that's kind of what's throwing off your sleep and your mindset. So I don't feel, if you're having very scary dreams, I don't feel like they're premonitions at this time. It's good to kind of fill out your dream landscape and know what's what, So sometimes we have dreams that are telling us a particular message, and sometimes our dreams are just letting us know, like, okay, you're carrying a lot of mental baggage into your sleep realm. And I think that's what's going on. This is if you do it right, I see that you shouldn't step back in promoting yourself and putting yourself out there, both in business and in dating and in family circles. I feel like you're really supposed to hold your own air signs. But I don't think the answer is going head to head with a particular person. I feel like it's more just like you doing your shit and putting that out there and really kind of flossing. Yeah, by the book. So if you're doing things at work, it's like keep your nose to the grind. You keep showing up on time. You keep, getting the attention and the commissions. You keep, and when you're out there dating, if you're dating this person and that competition comes up at the bar or whatever, don't lose your cool. You play it classy, play it smooth, right? Air signs, you know how to do that. Play it real classy, because lately you want to pop off fiery. Maybe you have some fire in your chart. You got a little Aries moon. You got a little, Leo rising or whatever. Like, no, just play it smooth, keep going by the book, and you should get those both in the bag. Now, I do feel like there are some relationships that those dynamics you're going to be passing by. They're not necessarily going to be healed, unfortunately. That could be, again, with cousins or family. That could be with work situations. However, in the bigger scheme, I do see your work being solid and okay. And I do see this partnership that you are developing, or if you're in a relationship, I do see you being solid with it and being able to kind of do away with the competition, okay? All right, let's see for Earth signs. And happy birthday, Cancers, by the way. Happy full moon, Capricorns. So Earth signs. So this is Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or if you have a predominance of Earth in your chart. We have the Two of Swords reversed. So Earth signs, you're getting something, like, you're like, man, it's time to make decisions. Like, I'm done waiting for clarity. You're going to be feeling some clarity with this Capricorn full moon. You're just going to be feeling that urge of, like, okay, I'm not biting my tongue. I'm not sitting on the fence. There's things to do, people to see. Let me make my decision. So the Tower reverse. And you're going to be realizing, you know what? If I don't want stuff to hit the fan, let me just start moving. Like, it's a little hard to get motivated. It can be a little scary for earth signs to make dramatic decisions, but you're realizing, wait a minute. Well, it's kind of double-sided. One, you're realizing if I don't want shit to hit the fan, I have to take control. But two, you're realizing I can cultivate how I want this change to happen. Like, I can be in power and make this change look like how I want to make it. So earth signs are in a good place like that. You're not getting the notifications. Oh no, YouTube, they got me messed up. My sound's been going out. My videos have been choppy. I'm sorry, guys. All right, so the Nine of Swords. So you have this confidence in a way, but there's still, of course, earth signs. It's hard for earth signs not to worry because you're practical, you save up, you really have your ducks in a row. So there's still some worry going on. You can be dealing with an Aries. You might have Aries in your chart. You could definitely be dealing with a Libra or a Gemini. But look, earth signs, you got a new beginning. So this is good for you. Good. So as much as these endings are coming for earth signs with the Capricorn full moon, like boom, like there's that new moon energy is going to be really, really good for you, and new things will be implementing. See, my inner compass knows the way. You could have a Sagittarian who's very much inspiring you. You could have a move that you're actually thinking of doing, and you're just like, ooh, child, what am I thinking of? What am I doing over here? But it's good. Like, you weren't wrong for feeling that. So I feel where you feel in control, you get this point where you feel like, oh my gosh, a little sick to your stomach, a little worried about decisions and changes you're going to make. And then it clicks again, and you're like, okay, there's that internal internal navigation that I was waiting for, and those new beginnings that can come. So it's flexibility. Ooh, okay. So I know that's a little bit of a challenge for earth signs. That's what this full moon in Capricorn is asking you. Just a little flexibility, just kind of bend a little bit with the wind. But I feel like it's good. And then you know what? I feel like a lot of you guys are actually handling it like a boss, and you have imagination. So flexibility and imagination. You could have a Pisces that's helping you. You could have Pisces that are inspiring you to make some changes, to go on a road trip, to just really step into some things. And I feel like gifts and talents that you have are signs. I feel like maybe you've been in a certain job or a certain area and you like are mad talented about something. I see like muse kind of energy here, but like it's not the practical. Hi, Phyllis. But it's not like the practical thing to do. So you just been like earth sign in it, and now you're released. Capricorn full moon can be releasing us from our reputations, from our career, from this bigger goals. If we have bigger goals that don't suit us, now is a good time to release. So I see you doing that, and I see it being really good. So I really want to encourage you, earth signs, if you've been worried about taking some big chances, I feel like you're setting it up good. This is kind of like Wheel of Fortune energy. It's looking good. You're planning it right. So take your time, try not to worry so much, and the new beginnings are like guaranteed for you. So that's really good. I'm excited about that. I know it's not every day that happens for earth signs. Now I do have the collective reading for all of us, which I forgot to say at the beginning. So for everyone watching, all signs, we have renewal reverse, which is like the judgment card. So some of us are still trying to, Pluto is in Capricorn reverse right now, and we're having Capricorn full moon. So there could be some stuff that's still really hard to look at, like literally looking at something. Some of you it might be hard to look at your partner. It might be hard to look at like at your life. And I'm getting like physically looking at something. It might be hard to look at the news or whatever it is. And so this is about, if we want renewal, if we want cleansing, if we want, this peace, we have to be willing to do so and to take that power. So what it asks us is to step out of fear and to look at the big picture, because that's what Capricorn is actually about. Capricorn's a universal sign, and a lot of people get it kind of messed up. They're like, well, or it's semi right. So Capricorn does rule like CEOs and government and big corporate entities do some crappy things. But Capricorn also is like Martin Luther King was a Capricorn. Capricorn also rules like restructuring things that aren't working for us and trying to make stable things for the cohesive whole. And so I feel like the challenge is like, are you going to look at your full life and see if it's really actually working for you, what you've built up, So this is like when you're at your pinnacle or at the most that you've built right now, can you look at it without fear and be willing to make some changes? So we have a round and round, so some people right now, they're going to hop off, and we have this, I am ready. You don't know any Capricorns at all. My daughter's a Capricorn too. Oh, Phyllis is Capricorn. That's right. Yes, you're welcome. Thank you. Yes, so we have I'm ready and thank you. So some people are going to hop off that cycle. Capricorn also is tied to karma. Saturn rules karma, right? Yeah, I love having Capricorns. I always have a lot of clients that are Capricorns. I do a lot of advocacy and activist work, and there's a ton of Capricorns in there who are, the opposite of kind of the stereotypes of Capricorn, where they're just very much about offering, yeah, structure and stability and safety and security to people who are looking for new, safe ways of life. So I just love Capricorn energy. So, yes, so this is some people really being like, you know what? They're looking at it, they're stepping out of fear, they want to get off of the negative karmic cycle. And this is kind of a karmic cycle ending for a lot of people with this full moon, and they're ready to jump off. It says, I am ready, thank you, and just going, which is beautiful. Now, some people are going to choose, like, okay, I don't know if I'm quite so ready. I'm going to take notes. I'm going to stay in my sanctuary. I'm going to work on it, though. I'm taking some medicine from it. I'm taking notes, but I'm not quite yet ready. So you have to see where you're at with it. This is intense energy. Again, we have like Saturn, Capricorn, Pluto. It's asking a lot. We have Gemini, come out of the mind. Yeah, so I would encourage as many of you as you can to, release the cycles that are no longer fulfilling you. If you feel like there's something else that you can sit with and learn, then by all means, take it back to the drawing board and, get that nurturing and medicine from the lessons and from the events going on. So But I like this. I like that card right there. Either way, just stay ready for things and be ready for that next step up, right? Because Capricorns keep on stepping. All right. So I'm so thankful for you guys watching. I hope this helps you a little bit for some full moon medicine. Please go ahead and comment and like when it posts, so that it has the comments on there that everyone can see. And subscribe and let someone know if you think that they could be helped out by the channel. I'll talk to you later.